and share our hope. It's the way dinner on the table brings a family closer together. It's the way we make sure his first chapter book is the first step on his path to greatness. It's the way we rally in hard times and rise back up stronger than ever. United is the way we come together so everyone can thrive. Join us at unitedway.org.
March 24th, 2023 was a normal Friday. We knew the weather was not good, but we needed to take shelter, and we didn't have shelter. My husband and almost 2-year-old daughter, Ethan and Riley, they did lose their lives in the storm. We're still recovering from it. We'll always be recovering from it. Matt LawPon cares about the community. He's not just there to collect a paycheck. I feel like Matt LawPon has proven himself trustworthy.
Mississippi's trusted weather experts. This is Mississippi Live Weather at 10.
Well, welcome to Mississippi Live Weather at 10. I am so glad that you were able to tune in, especially later on in y'all Saturday evening for what has been a football-packed day for our Saturday. I know all our teams won. Mississippi State, Alabama, Ole Miss all got the W's, and I know if y'all don't have those teams as y'all's teams, I hope they got their win as well. I know we have, I think, Texas A&M and Notre Dame in a close fight right now. So it's been a great day. It's been a pretty dry day weather-wise, but hopefully we might start seeing some moisture start to return. We got to start off with the bad news. Dry Sunday is ahead, so not seeing as much moisture tomorrow as far as rain chances. Cloud cover, that's a different story and something I'm going to cover in the next few minutes. But also with bad news comes good news. Rain chances have increased for our Monday, and that is something I am so excited to talk about. I kind of hinted towards it during the 6 o'clock, talking about wanting to see the latest model runs with how they keep changing, getting a little bit more confident on those rain chances. And no, we are not turning off. We still have a forecast. But talking about those rain chances coming up later on in this broadcast. But also, still, give and take with these forecasts. The heat will still stick around. It's just something that we're going to have to get used to, or well, we're basically used to already, but before we get to that fall weather, got to let that summer weather kind of move its way out of Mississippi. We experienced those below average temperatures, that false fall, still not quite there to those fall temperatures yet, but we're going to get there. I promise. Just a few more days. Looking at Cleveland Skycam, this is 77 degrees, feels like 79. So even though the sun is down, those heat and seas can knock us up just a little bit, but we're not seeing those tremendous just upticks of heat indices, especially with that Mississippi mugginess. That is not in the forecast for your evening and into your Sunday as well. So still perfect conditions outside as long as you can deal with some of that heat. But 64 degrees in Amory, there is no heat out there. It feels like value 64. It was actually, I think, 66 earlier when I was looking at the camera and it felt like 63. So almost in the low 60s as well. So Amory already getting a jump start on cooling on off for our night. It is perfect out there for any outdoor plans in Amory. Taking a look out here in Edinburg, almost the same story, 70 degrees, but feels like 73. So instead of going down the 3 degrees, and well, now it's the same, but for Edinburg, you are jumping up 3 degrees, just feeling a little bit warmer than those actual temperatures, but still technically cool for this time of the day. Looking at the first 12, we can see those dry conditions pretty much continuing, and we can start seeing some cloud cover build back in as we get towards our early AM hours. But starting off around 11 o'clock, 70 degrees, and then we're going to start cooling off into the mid 60s, but areas like, I think it was Amory, cooling off around 63 degrees. So maybe some low 60s could pop up for our viewing area, or at least feels like the low 60s, before we start warming back up into the mid 80s once we get towards those lunchtime hours as well. But taking a look at the Mississippi Live weather radar, there's not much to look at right now. It has been dry. It is going to continue to stay dry. Like I mentioned earlier, this is just ground clutter. The radar doing its best to give us something to try to pick up on and return that energy back, but we have stayed dry, and we're going to continue to stay dry as we head into the evening as well. But let's take a look at Futurecast. You can see those dry conditions. The most action we can see is if you can see these little tiny arrows starting to pop up. I know they might be smaller on your screen. I can see them because they're like right in front of me, but dry conditions is going to be the story. But then there's that wall of moisture I keep talking about. Just a wall of clouds really starting to make their way into Mississippi, and especially going across the Mississippi River and into the Delta in the early AM hours. So for most of North Mississippi, you'll be starting off your Sunday with clear skies. If you're closer in the Delta and the Mississippi River, you might have more of a cloudy start to your Sunday as well. And those clouds are going to continue to move into our area throughout the day. It'll just take until the afternoon until we start to all really see that cloud cover. That's going to be the extent of our moisture before we start seeing rain chances coming up for Monday. Taking a look at the next 24, it's still dry. It's still dry. I promise rain chances will start popping up as we get towards our work week, but for the weekend, we're going to stay dry and we're going to enjoy it because we might as well. Outdoor plans, good to go. Starting off around 64 degrees, around 6 in the morning, so mid 60s, warming our way up into the upper 80s, low 90s, some areas maybe pushing those mid 90s, but thankfully those heat indices still helping us out, cooling us off just a little bit. And by the time we get towards our 6 o'clock broadcast tomorrow, we will be starting the cooling off process as well to eventually going back down into the upper 70s and then low 70s by the time we get into those later evening hours. But I keep talking about these rain chances. When will they come? I keep hyping them up. I'm going to make sure to give y'all everything you need to know about that coming up in 1 minute. But also, wanted to show y'all something pretty cool I noticed during my past broadcast when I started to look back on it. I have this bracelet on. Notice it's green. I wanted to show y'all this before it moves over. Remember that it's on my wrist, and then I can't wait to show you what happens coming up in 1 minute.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back. Dad! You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
I'm an ex-drug dealer, and I'll be your sub today. Two milligrams of fentanyl can be lethal. A lethal dose is in here. Who gets it, I won't know.
It's cheap, it's potent, and it's profitable.
The sad reality is fentanyl is being mixed into everything now.
More kitchen now.
Right now, from the Room to Room Weather Center, here's meteorologist Caleb Edelblut.
Well, thanks for sticking here with us at Mississippi Live Weather at 10. Now, before I went to break, I talked about that bracelet that I was wearing. It's a green bracelet. You see the bracelet on here? I'm going to keep moving it around. It's going to change colors wherever I'm at. It's a green bracelet, and I didn't notice I was wearing it, and so I can take it off, and it'll blend in to whatever is like going on. So you can't see it. It looks like I'm not holding anything. That's because we can't wear green as meteorologists because this is a green screen behind us, so we're not actually seeing this. It's just a green wall, but I had a green bracelet on. So I thought it was really cool seeing how it blends in and whatnot, but I'm now taking it off, so it's not distracting because it started distracting me. But a little fun fact with something that we deal with here as meteorologists. But of course, I asked for some Weather Watchers pictures, and y'all did a great job sending them in. We're not having any sunrise pictures now like we did in the 6 o'clock. These are beautiful sunset pictures. This was sent in by Aiden out in Amory, just showcasing that beautiful sunset. And I wish there were more clouds because I feel like sunsets are just that much more better, if that's the right way to say it. Just all the different colors, especially refracting off of the clouds. But this is a beautiful picture taken out there by Aiden out in Amory. And then here's another one sent in by Caitlin in West Union. Kind of more cloud cover, showing just a different range of colors. And you can definitely see that sun, that orb in the sky, starting to set below the horizon. And I know if it kept going, you'd see some more pink and stuff hitting the clouds as well. So we appreciate all the pictures that y'all send in, and having those eyes out in the field, it means a lot to us. And speaking of eyes in the field, this is the Macon camera presented by the North Mississippi Storm Chasers. 70 degrees, feels like 72. So not much humidity or mugginess, especially in our evening hours, even with the sun down. So still cool conditions. I guess we can say cool at this part of the day. We can definitely say cool for this. Winona, 67 degrees, still feels like 67, so not going down much, but you're definitely not increasing those temperatures either, so those actual temperatures actually feel like them as well. Looking at our evening planner, starting off around 70 degrees by the time we're getting home, wrapping up any evening plans. But in case y'all are still out late, y'all will start seeing upper 60s, eventually transitioning into mid 60s by the time we make it towards those early AM hours, so should be a beautiful start to our Sunday as well. We can track this out on Futurecast, showing those dry conditions, not even showing any cloud cover as we continue into the AM hours until that, oh, no, let's go back. I don't know why it advanced. There we go. It is dry here in North Mississippi, but if we advance it, we're going to start seeing that wall of moisture that I keep talking about, that cloud cover. It's going to start moving its way into North Mississippi, crossing the Mississippi River and into the Delta. So for those out in the Delta, you could see a cloudy start to your Sunday, but for those of us out here in the eastern portion of our viewing area, a very clear blue sky is the start for our Sunday until you get out there in the Delta. And that's going to continue pushing into our area into the afternoon hours as well. So something that we're going to continue to monitor and show y'all throughout this broadcast. But our low temperatures are pretty much in the mid 60s, so still a warmer start to what it could be that we've experienced the past work week. South Haven still getting a jump start on us around 70 degrees for your low tomorrow. Now here's that futurecast showing that cloud cover still kind of sitting in the Delta before it kind of starts encompassing our entire viewing area. It covers more of an area by lunchtime, and that cloud cover really starts to increase as we get into those afternoon hours before starting to dissipate a little bit more. And this model is actually picking up another little bubble for our Sunday. That wasn't here earlier. So just showing that these models are getting a little bit more confident or picking up on some rain chances. So that is a good sign to see maybe some rain showers for us even into our Sunday evening as well. High temperatures will be something we will all experience, not a chance with, like those rain showers, pretty much low to mid 90s for most of our viewing area. Red Bay and Hamilton, that is the place to be this weekend, coming in around 89 degrees, but those Eaton seas knock you down to 87 and 88. So beautiful outdoor conditions they're going to feel amazing out there in Red Bay and Hamilton. But for most of our viewing area, still knocking down just a few degrees, but we're still going to feel like we're in the 90s, but thankfully it'll be low 90s. And of course, since we're still in technically summer, transitioning into fall, I know the kids are all back in school, but for the weekends, they don't have to deal with that. Park planner, it will be beautiful outside as long as you can get through that heat, but 7 a.m. and probably lunchtime will be the best times to go as far as temperature wise. Then you'll get those peak heating hours around 3 o'clock, 92 degrees, but then we'll start cooling off after our 6 o'clock broadcast tomorrow, cooling off around 85 degrees by 7 o'clock. But also, I had to include the fishing forecast. I only put the morning one just because of how hot and warm it's going to be tomorrow. So if you want to get out there early, 64 degrees by 7 in the morning if you want to go out fishing, and you can stay out there all morning, 73 degrees by 9, mid 80s by the time y'all might be getting off of that lake and river and heading back home for some lunch. But looking at the futurecast, showing those dry conditions by the time we wrap up our Sunday and start getting ready for the work week and Monday. See that cloud cover starting to build back in, this time from the Tennessee state line. And there we go. We start seeing some rain chances start to bubble in and push into Mississippi, affecting the most northeastern portion of our viewing area, pretty much around Tippah, Alcorn, Tishomingo County. And they're going to continue pushing into Mississippi. This is something that the model didn't have earlier. They pretty much started fizzling on out with how dry we are, but these conditions pretty much continue pushing into North Mississippi into our mid-morning hours and even into lunchtime as well. Still some heavy downpours potentially affecting us in North Mississippi, and that will continue into our Monday. But then by the afternoon, we dry on out. You can see pretty much just dry, clear conditions return for our Monday like we aren't used to them already. But thankfully, after those afternoon, evening hours, we can see almost a second batch of moisture really start pushing their way into North Mississippi again, giving us another chance of rainfall, and definitely made me excited to bump up those rain chances for our Monday and even putting a chance for our Tuesday as well. Now, high temperatures are still going to be a similar story. This time a little bit cooler for some of those rain-cooled airs, showing a little bit more of those low 90s if you are able to get that rain. So definitely a plus if we can get those rain chances. Those heat indices still staying consistent, dropping us down just a little bit. Oh my goodness. I don't know what just... 1 second. I don't know why it just had a little attack. There we go. But pretty much low 90s will be those feels like values, dropping us down just a little bit as we continue into the Monday and Tuesday morning hours. But tropical outlook, this is something I'm covering it up right now actually. Something I wanted to update y'all on because last time I did, they bumped it up to 40%. Now we are up to 60% chance of formation within the next 7 days. Still nowhere near confident on any chance of formation within the next 2 days, but I framed it to show you like where Tupelo is. It's right up here, still very far away. This is not anything that is going to impact us in the near future, if at all, but it's something that we want to continue monitoring, especially because it is peak hurricane season. We're getting towards that time of the year. Wanted to make sure to keep y'all all updated on that here in North Mississippi. But taking a look at the 7-day forecast, it's changed a little bit since the 6 o'clock. You can see more rain chances, and we finally have a rainy icon. I feel like those models deserves for us to finally see that on our 7-day forecast. I know I will be crossing my fingers, holding my breath that we can finally see those rain chances affect us here in North Mississippi. But Temperatures will stay in the low 90s for most of our work week, definitely well above average for our normal temperatures this time of year, but thankfully some of those rain chances are starting to come back into play, and something that we're going to continue monitoring here at North Mississippi and Mississippi Live Weather. But here are the QR codes for y'all to continue to get alerted and updated for all those chances of rain, especially getting notifications for any stronger storms that we get here in North Mississippi. Y'all know how the weather always changes here in this state, but thankfully not forecasting anything severe in the coming future. Just a great tool to have when we finally get towards that season. But our live show broadcast schedule will be 6 and 10 tomorrow still, because we will still be in the weekend. So ignore the 5, ignore the morning shows. It'll just be me tomorrow at 6 and 10. So y'all go out, enjoy the rest of y'all Saturday evening, enjoy another dry, sunny day for y'all Sunday, and I will be back here live tomorrow night at 6 and 10.
Even the mighty might not see it coming. It's prediabetes, and it captures 1 in 3 adults. But you can escape. Take the 1-minute prediabetes risk test to know where you stand and prevent or delay type 2 diabetes. Be your own hero on smartphones everywhere at doihaveprediabetes.org.
What would you give for a child you loved to make their wish come true? To help them fight a critical illness? Just imagine what you'd do. Every single one of us can make the stars align, because when we come together, hope and joy will shine.